coming off of a tough road loss in Houston. They picked up an early 10-0 lead during their game yesterday against their former quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and his new Texans team. But then they watched it all unravel in the second half, coming home with a final score of 23-17 in that win. Lauren Brill joins us now on the couch from News 4 Sports with her take on the game. And Lauren, it seems like a lot of people are saying that this was a very winnable game for the Bills, which makes the loss hurt that much more.
Oh, it was definitely a winnable game. Ryan Fitzpatrick, not a particularly strong quarterback, and the Bills have been playing relatively well, especially those first two games. So this was definitely a winnable game.
And let's talk about the storyline there with Fitzpatrick. Here's the guy who the Bills cut going up against the guy that they drafted to replace him. Is that something that can get in a quarterback's head? And did Fitz really outplay Manuel here?
Fitz played a better game, but he didn't play a great game. I mean, he had a better completion percentage, but he threw 2 interceptions. I mean, he didn't have a great game. Who really had a great game was J.J. Watt. The Houston's defense really created problems for the Bills' offense, and that was really the difference maker. But Ryan Fitzpatrick did not have a great game. His defense stepped up for him.
So was EJ to blame here, do you think? And there's going to be calls to bench him for the next game. Do you agree with that or do you not agree?
Blame is a funny word. I mean, can you really blame a whole game on one player? Yes, no, kind of. Other people contributed, but EJ Manuel is not stepping up. He's not doing what he needs to do to lead a team to a winning season. And that's reason for fans to kind of question whether or not he should be on the field. Personally, I think they should give Kyle Orton a try. I think that he's not giving his receivers many good throws. I mean, Robert Woods looked very frustrated yesterday. That interception with J.J. Watt, he should have thrown that higher, and then it would have gone to Fred Jackson. Even Fred Jackson said, we got the look that we wanted. EJ Manuel wasn't able to execute. His throws are inaccurate, and that's a huge problem. So sometimes he's seeing the right things and doing the right things, but the throws aren't good enough. So he's making the right decisions in terms of the play, but he can't execute it. And that's a huge problem. And I think there is some, I hate the word blame, but there is some blame on EJ Manuel. But I mean, other people contributed.
So EJ had a pick six play or JJ Watt pick six EJ. Is that the right way to say it there? It was a
JJ Watt picked up EJ. We saw it in the opening. He went for 80 yards. Huge play. It was his first career regular season pick six. Yes, pick six.
So he was really the star of this game for both teams.
He was, and not all his stats are reflected in the box score. I mean, he really just gave EJ Manuel a lot of problems yesterday. He was dominant on defense and he was the star. He really stepped up, and that 80-yard touchdown and that pick six was a game changer. It really set the tone for Houston Texans, and I think it made EJ a little bit uncomfortable, and I think it killed his confidence a little bit.
All right, so next up, they're away again. They're in Detroit playing the Lions. What are you expecting for this matchup?
Oh, what am I expecting? What am I expecting or what am I hoping?
All right, let's go with hope. Let's go with hope.
I hope they put Kyle Orton in and give somebody else a chance. I'm expecting they won't do that. I think they're going to stick behind EJ a little bit longer. I think EJ's still going to struggle. I don't think it's fair to the rest of his team. You see these receivers, they're frustrated. They're getting these throws that aren't really catchable, and they are being expected to make those catches. And, you know, to EJ's credit, there were a few drops, but there were a lot of bad throws. So I do expect EJ to play. I don't expect it to go well unless they get the running game going. And the running game is what kind of saves the Bills with C.J. Spiller and Fred Jackson. When they can make big plays, the team can be successful. But with EJ under center, there's always a question mark.
All right, well, maybe that's what they'll be working on in practice this week. Of course, you and Steve Vesey from our News 4 Sports department will be covering all of that for us. Marone saying yesterday in the locker room they were going to stick with EJ, so maybe that will be where they go.
I don't think, well, they could say one thing and do another all the time, but I think they will.
We'll have to watch how it goes. All right, thanks so much for waking up early with us this morning. We appreciate it. Lauren Brill from News 4 Sports. Let's toss over to Emily Lenahan now, though. It's time for our first .com check of the week, which is our Report It recap. Right, Em?